Today I wanted to talk about starting over in your late 20s and early 30s. If you're struggling with your life, if you're having a hard time, if you feel like the world is ending, this video is for you, because I feel like we could encourage each other a little bit. And I feel like as a YouTuber who's fallen off and whose views are down, I could give you some kind of encouragement that it's not the end of the world and nothing is that embarrassing and you're gonna get through this, because bad times are only temporary. And some of the worst things that's ever happened to me, like losing my hair, losing my really long relationship, ended up being the things in my life that had the sweetest endings. So if you're struggling today, I am here for you. First and foremost, I wanted to say, if you're feeling lost right now and the world feels like it's on fire, it is. If it makes you feel better, you're not the only one. Everyone on the internet may seem like they have their life together, they're progressing their life in the correct order, they're getting married, they're buying houses, they're having kids. Who cares? Who even knows if they're happy? Who even knows if that's the correct order? I notice that a lot of people settle in their relationships and in their careers, and it's difficult not to compare yourself, because everyone on the internet seems to like be posting these life updates on like Facebook and Instagram. It's like, just got married, just got a new job, like but I wanted to remind you that not everything is always as it seems. Nobody posts when they are upset every time and bad things happen to them, except me on my spam account. Okay, I literally have that account just to cry every day. My friend Emil actually made an OF account, and the only thing he would post on there is like selfies of him crying. He got banned like a week later. But I wanted to tell you guys to not be upset. Everyone is like pretending. We're all pretending to be adults. I thought when I like got closer to 30, I would like somehow have my life together. I feel like I know less now than I did 5 years ago. So it's a weird feeling. So I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys, especially about my YouTube, my business, and like, I guess my life goals and your life goals. And I thought we could give each other advice in the comments so we feel a little bit less alone. I thought I had like a whole plan of how my life was gonna go, and that all went sideways. The only thing that's constant in life is change. And I think that's what I wanna talk to you guys about today, and how we should be adaptable. I know a lot of you guys have noticed that I haven't really been posting on YouTube, and my views have been incredibly low. And some people are like, oh my God, that's so embarrassing. I'm just here to tell you guys, I'm not embarrassed. And I do not care if it seems embarrassing. Nothing's actually embarrassing. No one's like focusing on you and thinking about how embarrassing it is that you don't have a great job, or how embarrassing it is that no one's thinking about you. It's something called the spotlight effect, where you think people are thinking about you and they think it's embarrassing, and that like you fell off, or you're like washed up, or you're like not successful. Nobody actually cares. I mean, I'm sure there's some people that care and they're like, oh my God, Blair, you fell off. Actually, I didn't fall off. I fell into new business avenues that are actually really cool that I'm gonna tell you guys about. So I haven't been doing YouTube so seriously because my focus has been on other things that I couldn't talk about. So it might have seemed like I was failing, but I wasn't. But I'll tell you guys. So 2 years ago, I got a movie part. I got a movie part in a really cool movie that just came out. It's in theaters right now. It's called 1992, and it was really difficult. I had to play the dumb blonde. It took me days to get into character, but I couldn't talk about it for a really long time. So it seemed like I was just ghosting my job, when really I was working at another job. So I had a little trailer. It was filmed in Bulgaria, and the movie was set in 1992. So a lot of the clothes and vibe of the movie is like from the 90s. So that's why they put me in this little outfit, and I went to hair and makeup, and actually they didn't put that much makeup on me. And I was very scared. I was frightened. I was like, ah, please, I need a full glam for this. But the whole premise of the scene was that I was like the girlfriend of some guy, and we were driving through a neighborhood, and then two people come and like attack our car, and then like Tyrese comes and saves us, right? So I'm like, oh my God, I'm scared. So that was really, really fun. I couldn't talk about it for a really long time, so it seemed like I was doing nothing. Also, I did a TV show that I shot in Malibu that never went to air. So I was busy with that for a while, and I was like practicing my acting, and it was actually a reality TV show where I don't pretend I'm anybody. I just have to act like myself, which was really difficult because I realized I do not know who I am. I was like, what do you want from me? Like, do you want me to cry? Do you want me to be like, they were like, just be yourself. I'm like, I don't know who that is. So I realized I would not thrive in reality TV. I would be absolutely horrible, but I would like more acting roles. So I'm practicing that. And then another reason why I was gone from my YouTube channel is I actually have a cosmetics business. It's called Lavori. I love it to absolute pieces. I've grown that business 400% in the last year, and I can't tell you how proud I am as a person to have done that, like organically grown a business. And growing a business is probably the hardest thing I've done in my life. It seems like I'm not doing any work because I don't pop around on YouTube anymore, but I think I am actually busier than ever, and the people that have grown businesses and also still keep up with their YouTube channel, I'm like, holy crap. But basically Lavori is a cosmetics business that started all because of something really bad and traumatic that happened to me. So I wanted to tell you guys that if bad things ever happen to you, they might not be bad forever. It actually, losing my hair, frying it off in a chemical accident, and being so traumatized and feeling ugly and losing my kind of security blanket. I'm sure you watched a lot of my old videos and my hair was all over my face all the time. Losing my hair was one of the best things that ever could have happened to me in my entire life. Even though when it was happening, I thought it was the worst thing, and I thought somebody cursed me and I was unlucky, and I wish I could be like the other girls who had long, beautiful blonde hair. But it ended up being the reason why I started this business and why I've helped thousands and thousands of people grow their hair back. And I've had reviews from people that have gone through chemotherapy and that have lupus and that have a lot of other diagnoses or diseases or illnesses that make them lose their hair, and they'll email me and they'll write me really nice things like, Blair, you helped me grow my hair back, like it's growing so much thicker this time, like it's growing faster, like I'm so thankful. And I don't always post these reviews because I feel like if people are emailing me, they want to tell me something privately, so I don't always share. But I'm just so thankful that something bad that happened to me ended up being something that I could help people with. So don't ever think that a bad moment in your life is permanent. It's not permanent, it's not forever, and it could always be turned around in some positive way. So I wanted to come on here and tell you, if you feel scared to start over in your 30s, if you are terrified, if your long relationship is over, if you just lost a job, if you got fired, if you're struggling with bills, it's not over for you. Things might turn around so quickly and in such a positive way that it might be the best thing that ever happened to you. And I know that's crazy to say. I think that like losing my long relationship and losing my hair at the same time and losing my friends might have been the reason why I'm gonna be successful for the rest of my life. And it's really hard to do makeup and talk to you guys at the same time. Like I'm giving a speech on how not to lose yourself. And another reason I'm really proud of my business is that we're expanding to other products. And I know it might seem random, the kind of products I'm bringing to the market, but it's really because I don't have anyone telling me what to do. So I'm testing the products that you like because I make them for you guys. That's why I'm also really careful with the ingredients that I put inside. They're not something toxic. They're all USDA organic and vegan, and they're 100% on the Yuka app, which I really cared to do. It was important to me that I didn't come out with a like really cheap product with bad ingredients and it was just snake oil. And I get accused of that sometimes, but I literally don't care because I see the difference that I make in so many people's lives. And the people that accuse me of things I don't care about. That's another thing I wanted to tell you guys is like, never let people's opinion of you, if it's very negative and incorrect, influence your behavior. It's not worth it. If I had listened to every person that told me what I was selling was bullshit, or told me I couldn't succeed on YouTube, or even now that tells me my YouTube views are down and I'm irrelevant, I'm not irrelevant. I did well. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, we're all just like floating on a rock. I am irrelevant, but I mean, like, just because my focus isn't YouTube doesn't mean that I've fallen off. I did a movie, I grew a business 400%. I am encouraging other people to do the same because social media as a job, and any job is not forever, okay? You have to be able to adapt and change, especially in the time of like AI technology. Like apparently 80% or something of our jobs are all gonna go away because everything's gonna be automized and done by robots. So I feel like this video might be really relevant in a couple years, and I just wanted to remind not only me but you guys that if AI takes all our jobs, we have to adapt and change and figure out new jobs, and that might be scary, and it is scary. And it was scary watching my YouTube views go down drastically, and it was scary to having people tell me I fell off, and it was scary losing my long relationship, and it's scary that I'm living all like anywhere right now. But the only constant thing is change, and as long as you trust yourself to be able to succeed, you will do it. There's no like situation in which you can fail if you just keep trying. Like, that's the most important thing that I want to tell you guys is, like, if you're struggling right now, just keep trying, just keep swimming. If one thing doesn't work, another thing will work. If that thing doesn't work, try another thing. Like Thomas Edison, I feel like tried out 900 light bulb ideas before he figured it out. Did people call him a loser while he was trying to invent the light bulb? Probably. I am Thomas Edison. I'm kidding. That's my focus right now, is really Lavori. I really care about that business and growing it. Before I talk about that, I wanted to thank today's sponsor, which is the reason why I can still keep doing YouTube videos. Otherwise, I would have no time. Nurx. Nurx is a digital healthcare platform that is awesome. They help you take control of your health, right? So they have a bunch of different things you can do on their website, and my particular favorite is their dermatology aspect. The cool thing about Nurx is that you could talk to a licensed medical provider that will help you treat different skin conditions. So if you have melasma or dark spots or acne that you can't get rid of and you can't afford to go see a doctor in person all the time, Nurx is a really good solution to that. You can get effective prescription strength skincare at a really affordable price, so I really appreciate them sponsoring this video. If you guys do want to check them out, there is a link down below in the box if you do need help with anything. These prescription strength products are more effective. Like, I know sometimes you might want the pretty skincare that they sell at the shops because the packaging is nice, but really getting the prescription strength stuff is more effective and more affordable. So if you do have any skin concerns, that's probably the way to go. I personally use retinoid because late 20s, early 30s, okay? I don't want to get wrinkles. They have really good retinoids that are 20 times more potent than the over-the-counter ones, and they're more affordable, so why would you not want the better personalized treatment for you? You can get a personalized treatment plan with Nurx, and then you also get unlimited messaging with the dermatology providers for the whole year. So if you have questions, you can chat them, they'll help you out. If you guys do want help with your skin in any way, it's nurx.com/BlairWalnuts, and you can get personalized help there. And I would really recommend doing that over like waiting for your skin to get better, because as soon as my skin got better, honey, I slayed. Okay, back to the video. I'm like looking into different products that I want to make and that like you guys would like. So we're looking at healthy dry shampoos that have like arrowroot powder instead of chemicals, and I wanted to do a healthy alternative to blush, but there's so many things that go into a business that I don't talk about, and it seems like, oh, it's just so easy to start a business and it's fine. No, I had bottles break. Just this week, I've had a ton of bottles smash that need to get all replaced, because once you get oil on the outside packaging, they're all pretty much useless. You gotta relabel them, redo them. I've had issues with manufacturers. I've had fights in between people, my lawyer, this thing, that thing. Like, there's so much to growing a business that people don't realize from the outside, and it is hard. And every single day I feel like I'm putting out fires. So I feel like if you feel like your life is also putting out fires every single day, I feel you. And I also want to try to make healthy blushes, but the thing with the blushes is if I want them vegan, I can't put carmine in them, which is like a kind of like ingredient that comes from beetles and like a really long process. But the people that originally started making carmine, like manufacturing it, are actually people that are Native American and indigenous to this like type of land, and that's been their like life's work and their like family traditions and their business. So when you don't use carmine, you're also hurting those people because they're becoming like, they have less people to sell to, and it's like hurting a 1,000-year-old practice. But then if you want to make it vegan, there's something called iron oxide, which is actually rust. So that's not really healthy for the body. And in the state of California, I think you have to write a notice that's like, this product is known to cause cancer in the state of California. And it's not legal in the EU, but it's legal in America. And a lot of brands use iron oxide. So it's like, you have to really decide on the ingredients and what's important to you and who you care about and what you care about. Our packaging is entirely sustainable. It's not the cutest. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not that proud of it, but our boxes are cardboard. The packing peanuts melt in water. The actual glass bottles are glass. The actual bottles are glass. I could have put them in plastic and made it cheaper. And we ship it that way, even though it's not cute. Like, I would love to make it cuter, but it's sustainable this way. So I'm like, do I care about the environment, or do I care about having a business that's pretty much sustainable. Does that make sense? And I know it was just on a podcast and I made a joke about like how I don't care about global warming. People didn't understand that I was joking. I want to clear that up. Like, I understand what global warming is and I care very much. However, the reason why I said I don't care is because there's only 3 or 4 companies in the world that are influencing global warming enough to make a difference. So unless we encourage them and rally them to make differences to prevent and decrease the rate of global warming, us individually trying to recycle is not making such a big deal in the world. And unfortunately, people get up in arms when you say that because they're like, oh my God, everyone should try their best. I understand, but did you know that only 3% of recycled products get recycled? The rest go to trash. So it's like, you gotta pick your battles, and sometimes you gotta think a little bigger. And that's the thing with America being like an individualist country. Everyone's like on their own and they have to figure it out. But I feel like if we group together, try to make a difference, it would work better. You know what I'm saying? That's why the government likes to keep us divided, because if we actually thought together, we can make it different. Do you see? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? But obviously, if I can't say it, I can't say that, because then I look at like I'm some kind of crazy conspiracy theorist, and that's why when I make jokes, they're like, Blair is crazy. Blair doesn't believe in global warming. Why would you even follow her? It's like, so sometimes things on the internet aren't always as they seem, and that's gonna happen in your life as well. Like, people will misconstrue what you're saying. They won't understand you. They will be angry at you. They'll hate you, and that's normal. If you have no haters, first of all, lucky. Second of all, I just feel like maybe you're not being yourself, and because someone will hate you. You know what I'm saying? Lots of people hate me. I'm like, hey, hey. Someone will hate you for being who you are because they're not confident enough to be who they are. So they are jealous that you're able to sit there and say things that they like maybe think on the inside but are too afraid to say. Does that make sense? That's why people have haters. That's why people hate. I don't have time to hate anybody. I'm dealing with so many fires that I'm trying to put out that I don't have time to hate you. I don't hate you. If you've ever written me a hate comment and you feel bad about it, that's fine. Like, I forgive you. I am not mad at you. I'm not going to chase you down and hate you back. There's no world in which I will be angry at you forever. And I also wanted to say, sometimes, also because of that podcast, sometimes when people say things, it's to protect other people. So during the podcast, I said something like, oh, my long relationship broke because I just didn't feel like getting married, like whatever. And it made it sound like I was unserious. And I got a lot of hate in the comments that were like, Blair doesn't know what she wants. How can you break a guy's heart like that? Like, how could you do that? Like, you're so mean. But the truth is like, I didn't want to go into details about why that relationship ended because it doesn't matter anymore. And also, I want to protect the other person because they don't get to say their side of the story. So I'd rather get the hate and have people be like, Blair, how could you say that? I hate you, you dumb cunt, instead of reopening a can of worms and not protecting the other person. So a lot of times when I lie, or like you catch me in a lie, it's to protect someone or something. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I guess I thought it was common knowledge on the internet, but apparently not. Like, I feel like if you omit something or you lie to protect someone else, it's not that big of a lie. Like, there are some family members in my family that have asked me when I started social media, they're like, Blair, please never ever talk about me. Don't bring me up. I don't want to be on the internet. I don't want people to know I exist. And I respect that. So sometimes I act like they don't exist. Okay? And that's not me lying about my family dynamic. That's me protecting someone else. Does that make sense? So I understand that people might think I'm a flop. People might think I'm a failure. My views are down. I'm a liar. I'm a scammer. But there's a reason for everything. And I know who I am. And you guys, if you're smart enough, realize it. And my friends do. And that's probably going to happen in your life too. I'm sure there'll be a situation where you might get in a fight at your company or with your family or with, I don't know, people fight all the time. But just know that if you are doing what you think is right and you're trying to protect people and not hurt them, at the end of the day, you made the best choice you could with the information you had at the time. So don't be so hard on yourself, okay? Thank you. So I understand that growing up is hard. Growing up sucks. Everyone's pretending. Don't compare yourself. Don't be sad. Everything is gonna be fine. And if you just believe in yourself, give yourself the chance to achieve your dreams, your goals, and be a nice person, it's gonna be all okay. I promise if it's not okay now, it's gonna be okay later. There's been so many times in my life when I thought it was the end. It is not the end. I thought I was gonna make it to 30. So I made some pretty bad life decisions because I was like, oh, I'm gonna die before I'm 30. I'm so reckless. Like, my life's not worth living, yada yada yada. Okay, well, guess what? Guess who's turning 30 soon and has to clean up that entire mess from when she thought she was gonna die? God, no! So, that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about today, and if anyone has any good advice in the comments, I would love to read it. I really appreciate you guys still supporting me even though YouTube isn't my main focus anymore. I am thrilled when I see the same profile picture or username. Leave me a comment. If you write to me on Instagram, I tend to reply on there a lot, especially on my spam account. So I'm really grateful for you guys, and I really hope that I gave you a little bit of encouragement today and you feel a little bit of power inside to like do what you need to do and not be so afraid of the world, because I feel like the world's a scary place and everybody cries. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I do appreciate every single view, and I do read every single comment. So just because I don't reply doesn't mean I don't see it. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I love you a lot. Bye.